Hi. So, I'm here today because I want to share a spoken word that I wrote about a year ago, and it's called Demons Gone. And I realized that it will be interpreted in as many different ways as there are people listening to it or watching my video. So I just want to speak quickly, I hope, briefly, about what Demons Gone means to me. It actually holds volumes of depth and meaning for my own journey. But Demons Gone, that part is about really the inner landscape of our own being, of how sometimes it can be so complex and they're like jungly, and there's darkness and we have fear and we put up walls inside of ourselves based on our life experience and fears that are born in are seated inside of us through our cultural belief systems and the stories that we're told and the stories that we tell ourselves. And it's just such a complex maze inside of our own being, and through self-inquiry and meditation, or just stopping for a moment and taking a look at yourself and just inquiring about consciousness and awareness and this life and this body that we get to live in for a certain amount of time before it starts to wrinkle and decay, and we have to drop this body and move on through spirit and energy to whatever's next. So accessing that energy or that spirit, like accessing the deeper sense of self and what is animating this physical body, and going to that place and realizing that that spirit is inside of everything and is inside of every human, no matter skin color, ethnicity, culture, gender, like beyond these physical forms, we are all the same, and our bodies are born and decay the same, and we are all returned back to the womb, and our bodies burn and become ash, the same way as everyone else's. So there is, so Demons Gone is about creating, clearing your house and your mind within, so that you don't have to hold up any more walls. You don't have to hold up any more walls because all the demons are gone. We've cleaned our own minds. We've cleaned out the stories that don't make sense in this time and space anymore, and we've opened up our hearts and our minds to what can truly be during this precious time that we have in these sacred and amazing bodies, especially as human beings, where we can contemplate our own existence, and we have these vocal cords that can make any sound, and our capacity for language and creating language and storytelling and interacting with nature, and that we actually have the physical body design to actually construct any building or world that we can imagine. So I think that's pretty amazing. Here we are, somewhere in space, in human form. So Demons Gone is just about deep self-inquiry, while there is, so much darkness in the world and so much darkness within ourselves. And I've been thinking also a lot about the Dark Mother, this archetypal energy of the Dark Mother. And she has many names, but I'm not familiar with all of them, but I am very familiar with Kali Ma. And she's depicted in illustrations to look so terrifying. And Kali Ma isn't actually like a human god as she is depicted in illustrations. Kali Ma is an energy. She's an archetypal universal energy that lives in all things and also lives in in humans. And so this archetypal energy can be expressed through humans. As humans, we can express so many different archetypal energies. Kali Ma, she's depicted with blood like dripping from her mouth and skulls around her neck, and she's fierce and she's terrifying. There's nothing pretty about her, but ultimately she actually is the most beautiful goddess that there is, and there's nothing that compares to her love, the love that she has for life and for her children. And she will slay anything that is no longer serving our highest purpose, or slay like whatever's not serving our potential. So in the most natural form, she shows up as we age in the elderly, when we become crones and our skin begins to wrinkle and we realize that we are at the end of our life in this physical body, and we can look in the mirror or look at each other and we can see Kali Ma, and this basically is the last slaying. She will slay our human form, and we will be made to drop this human body that we live in, that we identify with, and awaken to that this is not who we are. This is actually not our most truest identity. So that's the most natural way that she shows up, to remind us how to truly live. And so that there is great wisdom in the crones, with the crones and with the elderly, that needs deep reverence and respect, because that energy and that part of life is here to remind us how to truly live while we are here. And so that's Kali Ma in the most natural way, slaying identity that isn't true, to awaken us to more expansiveness of who we are, and so to remind us to remember how we want to truly live, and to live in love. But Kali Ma also shows up in different ways, like during harsh breakups between lovers, losing a job, death coming at an early age, or sickness. And I'm not going to name them all right now, but really all the horrible things that you could possibly think of. Kali Ma is there to bring us back to the womb, back into darkness. And sometimes it can seem so terrifying in that darkness, and we feel like we're so alone. But Kali Ma is there, or the Dark Mother is there, and we are so loved. And in that moment of darkness, that's really the only place that we could ever be blinded by our own light and see who we truly are. So, and in that darkness, we really let go of, when we come out of that darkness and we see, oh, like, this is who I am, and life is so precious. So many filters that we've lived with for so long are gone. They just disappear, so we can just like fully show up, mind, body, and soul, and do what we came to do. That was really long-winded. So, yeah. So this is a spoken word called Demons Gone. I've been down for longer than days. I've been down for longer than days. And it's not the weather that's bringing me down. The devil has been trying to get into my brain. You know when you feel the pain? That's one way that this game gets real. So many fires are burning. So many hearts are yearning. They knew she didn't want to, but they said it won't take long. She knew she'd rather die than go along. 'Cause she knew for the children they would be born without a lullaby song. Pick a card, any card. Pick a god, any god. Pick a card, any card. Pick a god, any god. Hell no, God no. Hell no, God no. What if there were no hell, no hell? What if there were no God, no God? There is a dreaming mind, of this I am sure. And the dreamer has dreamt of me, dreamt of me, to dream of the dreaming mind. While we spin those wheels inside our minds, while we spin those wheels inside our hands, mala beads, rosaries, rounds of ammos and machine guns, all prayer beads. I want to go home to the house where there are no more walls to hold up, no more walls to hold up. 'Cause all the demons have gone. Oh, dreamer, don't forsake me. I want to go home to the house where there are no more walls to hold up. 'Cause all the demons have gone. Oh, dreamer, don't forsake me. I want to go home to the house where there are no more walls to hold up. 'Cause all the demons have gone. Oh,